Hey, what's up? Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a great weekend. I want to drop something on you real quick and ask yourself this question and just think about it. Do you really want to be a boss? Do you really want to be a leader? Do you really want to be in management? Do you really want to be a director? Everybody would say yes, because in the world out there, we look at titles, and titles that come with power, and titles come with money, and everybody wants power and money. This is one thing I want you to think about that has really changed my life a lot, and it continues to change my life as I evolve. Ask yourself this. What about your presence in any organization, someone's life, in any church, in any job that you have? What about your presence is moving the organization forward? What about you and the things that you do is changing the bottom line and moving it forward for the company? What about you? If you're put in leadership, it's going to change the people that you're leading in their lives and make them better people, or help them grow in any type of way. What are you bringing to the table in that accent and that type of ideal? What are you bringing to the table when you do that? Are you just doing your job? I remember for a long time, I worked at WIBB radio station in Macon. I was there for like 12 years. I was the assistant program director for like 7 of those years, and all I wanted to be was the program director. But I interviewed millions of times and never got the job. And I know for a fact now, as I've grown, one of the factors that completely cut me out of that, I brought things to the table. I brought things to the radio station, but I only brought my job. I was doing my job. I would do things in the community. I was a great DJ, and we had great radio shows, and we had great ratings. And during that time, my mindset then was that because I'm a great DJ, a great radio personality, and we're bringing in great deals, that I should be the program director, and didn't think anything about my communication, my leadership skills, my mindset to lead a group of people, my accountability, my responsibility level. Didn't think about anything about how what I bring to the table was not just changing the DJ world and the radio station, but how was it changing Clear Channel Macon as a whole. Even when I got here and I started working for myself and started my business, I had to think about, in my businesses, how are the products that I'm bringing to the table are changing people's lives? How are the people that I do business with, their vendors, and making t-shirts and making products with me, how is the relationship with me changing the bottom line for them? I had to have a clear understanding about that before I decided that I want to be a leader. And another thing I want to stress about that, when you ask yourself, do you really want to be a boss? Think about just your basic family relationships, because things that you do at home and the way you treat people in your life is going to reflect on the way you lead people on your job. It's not just as simple as getting a raise and getting the title. Every job that I walk into now, every relationship that I walk into now, I ask myself, what am I bringing to the table? What am I bringing to this person's life? And if you continue to do that, and you continue to exude that out of your everyday just being, you're going to attract more people to your life that are willing to do the same thing for you. And then you will have relationships that you're feeding into each other, and you're making things happen. And when you think about the bottom line for a company, that's the best way to get executives' attention, to get your leadership and your job's attention, because you're gonna stand out, and they're gonna see you if you're finding ways to move the bottom line and make the mission of the company important to your everyday duties. You will never get there by just going in to just do a job. The reason it took me so long to get in any type of leadership position in anything that I was doing, because I was focusing on just being a specialist or doing a job. I thought about that because I looked at some of my old cards and it said digital marketing specialist. That means I can go in, I can do Facebook, I can build websites, I can do Google, I can do all these things. But how am I moving the bottom line of the company to the next level? Because if I come in just to bring in the leads, then that's fine. The company is sustaining. But what am I bringing to the table to bring it to the next level? That will be the quickest and the most profitable way to live your everyday life. What am I bringing to the table with life? And that way you can get promoted in so many ways, because you got to think about it on a higher level. What are you bringing to the table for the kingdom? What are you bringing to the table for God? What are you bringing to the table every day for yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How do you encourage yourself? How are you moving the bottom line in your life to the next level, and the people that love you and that you love as well? All I say is when you ask yourself, do you really want to be a boss? Look at yourself and say, am I already acting in boss mentality? Is my mindset in leadership? And if the first thing you think about is your entitlement that you deserve it, or you think about how you feel about it, or you think about how if you just think about you completely miss the picture, because leadership is always about them. It ain't about you. It's about your sacrifice. Leadership, being a director, being a boss is about sacrifice. And if you ain't willing to sacrifice, and I mean sacrifice a lot, you're not ready to be a boss. I'm a boss to stand up. And if you're ready to go out there and be a boss, start making a sacrifice right now. Because I guarantee you this, you will be a boss before they pay you to be a boss. Think about that. Have a great day.